And today's going to be assessment day. We're going to look at the condition of a couple things on this bike, and I'll bring you along for the ride. I'm going to try to look inside the cylinders and see what they look like, and a few other things. The first thing I wanted to point out was the spark plug caps. Due to their location, are not the easiest thing to get off, and the first one came off pretty easy, but the other one was a little difficult. So what I did was I got these vacuum and water hose pliers out. You can pick these up pretty much anywhere, and they are the perfect thing to go in here and pop that right off. So if you got one of these, that may be a tool you want to pick up. One other thing that we noticed. What was that? Okay, well, let's come down here and look at our magneto. So this is the cover for the magneto. It just clips on. And you can see it had some water sitting in it. Obviously, these are not watertight. So if you wash your bike off, you might want to put a plastic bag over that. There's a hole there. Is that a breather? Yeah, that does go the whole way through. So there's a hole. Oh, there's another hole. There's a bunch of them, I guess. Okay, a bunch. Two. But some moisture can get in there because this, I'm pretty sure, was on with those at the top. So something to be aware of there. And you can see here all the corrosion that we've got in here. I might just try to clean that and see if I can make it fire as is, but I'm a little concerned about that. And if we have to do something with that, we're going to have to send it out. So anybody who has experience with magnetos, comment, let me know what you think. So let's move on to taking the spark plug out and see what's in the cylinder. I have not taken these plugs out in advance of doing this, so you're going to learn the same thing I learned. Well, it's a little black. Don't smell anything on it, but then again, it probably hasn't been run for so long that it may not have a gas or oil smell on it. How do we get the focus here on that? Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of wet looking, but I don't know if it's oil or fuel. It's not coked up, at least. All right. So what I got is a little endoscope here. You can get these really cheap now. They're like 20 bucks on Amazon. And it plugs into your laptop, and then you get a picture of whatever you're looking at. The only problem with this thing is, depending on how it goes in, I mean, it can be upside down or, any number of ways. So it's a little odd to use. It does have a light on the end. So we'll stick that guy in there and see what we can see. What I'm getting is a reflection right now. Let me pause this until I get an actual picture. Alright, sorry about the reflection, but there is the piston and cylinder wall. That's the piston. It's like there's carbon buildup. It's very difficult to see. It looks like there might be some cruddy stuff on the cylinder there. Twisting it the wrong way there, getting too close. Pull back. Learning to use this as an acquired talent, as you can tell. So it looks like there's carbon in there. I don't see any brown rust. Actually, that's probably what I think we're seeing there is a reflection on the bore of the piston. Yeah. So we got nice shiny bore on this side. Yeah, there's some build up there. Nothing bad. Okay. Pull back. Oh, there we go. That's a much better picture. Well, unfortunately, you're getting the reflection, so that's where some carbons come off, but yeah, I don't think that looks bad. You're going to have carbon deposits no matter what on something that's been used. So let's try pulling this out. And of course we're stuck. Alright, so let me go to the other side. Here's the plug from the right side. Looks pretty much the same as the other one. And it just, I don't know if it's fuel or oil. I almost think it was fuel soaked. But wouldn't that evaporate out by now? I don't know. I give it a whiff and I'm not sure what I'm smelling, so. Alright, we'll move on to the bore. Alright, I've tried to do this a couple times and I'm having trouble getting a good visual on it, but we're down here at the base where the piston and the cylinder are meeting. There's the piston on the right hand side. You see that ridge there. And if I pull back a little bit here, you can see over here we got some brown spots. Now some of that's water staining, but as I'm coming up there, that's a little more severe. So we've got some rusty stuff here in the bore. Not sure what we're going to want to do about that. Sorry the picture's not any better, but you can see where it's like leaked down from above. So that's a little concerning. The other cylinder doesn't seem to have that problem. So the other one was probably up. This is probably the cylinder that's been down. And that's food for thought right there. So here's something interesting. The endoscope shows the piston as black and sooty and kind of dark, but when I shine the flashlight down in just through the spark plug hole, I can just see the piston and it's bright and shiny silver. So don't trust those pictures that I was showing you in the endoscope video, because that's not actually what it looks like. I can see some brown around the edge of the piston, so there's probably some rust there maybe. I don't know about the rings. Might just try putting some oil down in there and see if that is good enough. Leave some comments if you've done this before. I'm not sure if I should risk trying to start it in the condition that I'm seeing, or if I should pull it apart. I'm really inclined to try to start it the way it is. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is it's probably going to burn oil. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll move along here and show you some other things yet. I did find a little rust in the cylinders. It's not really what I wanted to see, but I don't think it's terrible. The gas tank, I've already had a look in here, but I'm going to try to give you a look and see what the gas tank looks like inside. And it is, this camera may not show it, that's just a water stain. It is pretty much spotless inside. You see a little bit of brown there. That's like the only spot inside that has any discoloration is on the left hand side. There's just a few little spots like that. So That should be easy to clean out, but the tank itself, shining a flashlight down in there, is really nice. So that's a relief that we don't have to do anything much with the fuel tank. Well, I took this off, and I found the expected gack in there. More corrosion and crap. The needle valve doesn't seem to be stuck, for what it's worth. Doesn't matter, I think it's going to get into it anyway. Kind of what I expected to see there. And we were wondering about paint color on these repainted green things. So is it red or is it blue? Well, she was blue. At least the side case was. But that would be the color it probably was originally. And if I'm painting this, I'm going to take it back to this color. It's the color I prefer, and it's the color that's original to the bike, I'm assuming, barring any other parts we find painted red, but that looks like a blue motorcycle color to me. The battery box, ironically on this side, looks pretty good. There's a little scale there. But what's going on the other side, I have no idea what happened over here. This is horrible. I mean, somebody painted over it. I don't know if they used 415 or just some other paint, but it's really rough and crusty looking. So I don't know if we must have been carrying something over here, and electrical had exploded or leaked a lot or something, but it's pretty rough. So, but with the side cover on, you probably don't notice it anyway, so I don't know how much of a concern it's going to be, but that's all one big toolbox. So to get rid of the one side, you got to buy the whole thing, and probably not something that's going to be easy to find. And maybe you'd like to see what the engine oil looks like. It's actually pretty clean. Not watery. Nothing wrong there. First thing I need to get rid of is these god-awful handlebar grips. These are like dirt bike grips. They're terrible. Hate them. Controls, I believe this is high and low beam. And I think that is the horn. And that's probably the kill switch. But I'm not sure. It might be reversed. Headlight switches here. Has a good feel to it. The amp gauge, there's some question if this is original or not. Maybe some of you guys out there know. Is a Britax brand correct? Should that be a Smith's or a Lucas? And this headlight has the wiring going in from the bottom. I was told that's a little unusual. Don't know for sure. So there's our quick 10-minute assessment of the condition of the bike and some of the things that we're going to have to look at as far as repairing before we can try to start it. I think that turned out pretty decent. A little concerned about the one cylinder, but I think the rest of it's okay. So drop some comments down there if you have any knowledge on this, any of those parts that I asked about that were maybe questionable as to originality. And I'll talk to you soon. Be sure to subscribe if you want to follow along with this as we proceed. And look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.